Before I left to go to Wallapalooza, Pydlife sent me their new craft hobby mug press, and I just didn't have time to try it out. But now I do. So let's get started. Hello everyone, and welcome to Crafting with Delonda. It's me again, Delonda, and thank you so much for joining me today. Now you guys, I am excited to try this out. In addition to the craft hobby mug press that Pydlife sent, they also sent me a few sublimation blanks to test out. So they sent 3 different blanks. I'm going to try all of them. We are going to look at the digital display and how all of this works. At first I thought about, downloading a file, and I just decided there's no need to do that because I can use the sublimation pattern paper that I still have from when I used it previously. At the end of this video, if you find it helpful, please consider liking the video, subscribing to my channel, and turning on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Now, without further ado, let's look at all of the materials they sent and let's see how the craft hobby mug press works. Pydlife also sent these sublimation tumblers. This one is called a sublimation mason jar, and it is 16 ounces. It comes with straw, and it comes in a package of 4, and each sublimation tumbler comes in an individual box. This one is a sublimation mason jar, but this one is ceramic. This one is different from the first one because this one has a handle. This one is 17 ounces and it comes with a glass straw. And this one is a sublimation food jar, and it also comes in a set of 4. This one is 13 ounces. As I've stated, they all come individually boxed in a set of 4. Instead of downloading a file to use, I have decided that I am going to use the sublimation pattern paper that I've demonstrated previously on other tumblers. I am not going to wet the paper. I am going to do it in the dry method, the same way I did it last time, because I seem to get great results from that. All right, so let me get these put to the side. I am going to try to cut the paper down to size according to the specifications that are on each of the boxes, and I will explain that as I go along. Now let's look again at the craft hobby mug press and some of the features, and then I'll get my first tumbler prepared. This Pydlife craft hobby mug press is capable of sublimating tumblers from 11 ounces all the way up to 18 ounces. It is currently, at the time of the recording of this video, which is August 17th, 2023, when I looked on Amazon, I saw that it was priced at $89.99. I did also notice that there was a 10% off coupon that could be applied to your order. So that makes it less than $90, and I'm sure that price is for Prime members. Okay, I'm gonna power it on. According to the user manual, it does reach temperatures all the way up to 482 degrees Fahrenheit, and you can measure the temperature in Fahrenheit or Celsius. I do have it powered on, but I can see that it's not showing up clearly on the camera. So let me change the camera view so you can get a look at that. Let me see if I can turn it this way. No, I am going to change the camera view so you can see what the digital display looks like. Okay, as you can see, it is heating up pretty fast. I'm going to turn it this way. It looks pretty much just like a standard tumbler press. This would be, how you would close and open it. There's a pressure knob back here. There's a silicone pad on the inside right here. It's 110 volts to 220 volts. This is the power button. And I'm sure that there's an option to change out the heating element if you purchase an additional attachment. Okay, so let's look at how to change the settings. So right here is the settings option. This is a touch screen digital display. You can see I have not sublimated anything in here yet. Right now it's on 356 degrees Fahrenheit. And if I wanted to change that, I could, you know, make the temperature go up or down. It does beep with every touch. Even if I hold it, still going to beep. All of these tumblers are sublimated at 356 degrees. So I'm going to go back up. Okay. And to set it again, so I do want it on 50 seconds. If I wanted to go up or down, I could. Okay, so it's going to heat up. Oh, it looks like it's already reached the temperature. So that is pretty fast. You can see we have not even had it powered on for 2 minutes. That was really, really fast. I did see in the user manual that if you want to alternate between Fahrenheit and Celsius, all you need to do is hold the plus and minus button at the same time. Let's see if it'll do it. It may not. Maybe if I press the settings, let's see. Okay, so you can see that it's on Celsius now. So if I hold them again, I can go back to Fahrenheit. Okay, so my settings are already ready for my first. My settings are already ready for my first tumbler. So the first thing I would do, I'm going to go ahead and power this off because it does heat up fast, is I am going to make sure that the pressure setting is accurate for what I want to do. Because it's already hot, I don't really want it to be hot while I'm testing that, but I would insert the tumbler in and then I would just make sure that I don't have too much pressure or not enough pressure. Okay, so I'm gonna let this cool down first, and while that's cooling down, I will be cutting my first paper to press on this sublimation mason jar. The recommended size for wrapping this sublimation jar is 3.2 in height and 10.5 in width. So I am going to grab the roll of paper. This one is called Green Leaves, and I am going to cut it down to size. It's like having an extra pair of hands. I am going to tape this down. I'm not going to add a lot of tape. Just one piece, and just like that. And I am going to power this on now. And with their butcher paper, I'm just going to add, I'm going to fold it in half like this. And I'm just going to wrap it around just good enough to fit inside of the tumbler press. So Pydlife has their own line of butcher paper, so I'm using that. It's good because they're pre-cut sheets. So this is heating up to 356 degrees. Okay, the Craft Hobby Mug Press has reached the desired temperature, and I have it wrapped with just one piece of tape and the sublimation pattern paper. I'm going to add one piece of butcher paper around it. We will press it for 50 seconds. I'm just going to hold it just like this. Get it inserted. And the countdown did not start. Oh, I think I have to press play. You have to press play. Okay, I'm glad I learned that. And we will wait and see what this looks like. Now, I do think I am going to need to rotate this because there's a gap. There is a space where it's not being pressed. So I should have paid careful attention to where the tape was, but I'll make sure to rotate it all the way around. Okay, so it started beeping right when it got to 5 seconds remaining. I like that. I think that's probably a safety feature. Okay, I am going to rotate this, even though I can see that for the most part it's sublimated. And I did do a good job because the tape is at the top. So I'm just going to rotate it. So the tape is now at the bottom. Oh, we have to press play to do the same setting again. So I'm going to close it and press play and let it go again. Who knew? I didn't. Okay. I can tell that it's sublimated. You can see that also. So that was on 356 degrees for 50 seconds. And you have to press play. So there's some of the pattern is on this butcher paper. One sheet was enough. I'll throw that in the trash. You can see that the silicone pad is still clean. Okay, so we will let this cool off and I will get this next one ready. I will speed this part up. I am going to make sure of the size that I need to cut the paper. I'm using the one that's called Blue Crack. That cup cradle really does come in handy. It's like having a second pair of hands. I trimmed around the top edge, and then once I got to the tumbler press, I realized I had not checked the pressure setting, but I finally got it to get in there snugly. And then by the time I got to the sublimation food jar, I got the paper trimmed down to size, which is actually the same size as the first jar. I got that one pressed, and then I was ready to try one more thing. A few months ago, almost a year to be exact, I sublimated a 20-ounce tumbler in my Cricut Mug Press. And for some reason, I think it'll actually be easier to sublimate a tumbler in here because I can see it. I can see the full length of the tumbler. So I am going to use this 20-ounce glitter. I think this is called a shimmer tumbler. It is a Pydlife tumbler. I'm going to remove the lid and I am going to use some of this sublimation pattern paper and I'm going to give it the what? Good old college try. And if it doesn't work, we learned. So I'm going to try it. Stay tuned. I have my paper cut down to size. I am going to stick with that 356 degrees temperature, and I am going to get this taped onto this tumbler, and we will see if it's going to work. I'm excited, and I think it's going to be easier. I really do. There is a little bit of overlap. There's a tiny, tiny bit of overlap. Did not get a perfect cut, but we are going to go with it. It doesn't matter what happens at the top right here at all. I have it lined up to the bottom. So I am going to grab a few pieces of tape and I'm going to see if this will work. We will be learning together. So I'm going to have a very obvious seam right there. And I'm going to have to be okay with it. And I will be okay with it. Did not do a good job of cutting. But if this works, that is going to be great. Okay, I'm going to grab one sheet of butcher paper. I'm just wrap it around. This is a 20-ounce skinny tumbler. And the good thing about it, I'm placing it in the tumbler press with the tape up so I can see the seam and I'll know where to rotate this. I'm so excited to try this. Okay, so let's just see. I know I'm going to have to increase the pressure. I'm just going to increase it while it's in there. Going to keep making it tighter and tighter. We shall see. Okay. I feel like that's a good enough grip. All right, and I'm going to press play. And it's on 50 seconds for 356 degrees Fahrenheit. So let's see if it works. I really don't think I need to rotate it, but I am. I'm going to rotate it and make sure the seam is down. And I'm going to increase the pressure a little bit. I think I still had a lot of room I could. So I'm going to press play again and let it go for another 50 seconds. And I'll go ahead and peel this one because it's already cooled down. You already know. You already know. You already know. Oh, it's better to peel this when it's hot because the paper is like sticking. Still good. It looks so good. It's better to peel it when it's hot. Let me get a wet paper towel, but look at that. Look, 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 look. Okay, now what I'm going to do is take this out. This is actually better than using a mug press because you can see it. You can see what's sublimated and what's not. So what I'm going to do is I am going to, let me see if I can just push it through further. Or if this cord is in the way. Okay, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do this so I can sublimate the top. I'm going to press play again. I'm excited about this. Let me grab some wet paper towel and wipe this off, and I will come right back. I'm going to rotate this one more time so I can get the other side of the top. Right here is my wet paper towel for this. This is pretty fantastic. And if I would have peeled it while it was still hot, oh, this wouldn't have happened. Okay, I'm going to let this one cool down now. And I'm going to go ahead and power this off. This one. And what am I going to say? I love it. Look at that. Look. Oh my goodness, I love it. I love it. No sublimation printer required, no computer required, no SVG, no upload, no download. Look at that. Nice, vibrant colors right here in this Craft Hobby Mug Press. Try saying that fast 5 times. All right, the second one I did was this one. Let's peel it and reveal it. Okay. It's a little bit plain, but still nice. Now, somebody asked me like, Delonda, what do you do with all those tumblers? And sometimes, most of the time I just give them away, especially when I was working. But I can give them as gifts now. Let me find the lid first, but okay. So here is this one. It is a little bit plain. I do feel like, look, I got some ghosting right there. So I could have done a better job of taping it. I probably should have added more tape. And I also got some ghosting right here, but I still think this looks really nice. And I don't think if I gave this as a gift, somebody would say, oh, wait a minute, I don't want that. Look at the ghosting. Nobody would say that. They would be like, oh, thank you, Delonda. That's right. Those are the kinds of friends I have. All right, let's look at this last one. Completely cool down. Oh, fancy. Oh, this is fancy. All right, so this is how this one looks. So if you were taking your lunch and you wanted it to stay hot, maybe if you had some soup, look at that. So cute. So cute. Look at that. I love it. And that's not ghosting. That's actually the pattern of the paper. It looks like that. It's so pretty. I love it. All right, so this one has not cooled down. I know that, but we are going to do what? Be impatient together. Okay, we're going to be impatient together because we want to know if we can sublimate a 20-ounce tumbler in the Pydlife Craft Hobby Mug Press. All right. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Look at this. Look. Look. Oh my gosh. Look at this. That's the pattern. That's the pattern. Look at this. Look at this. No sublimation printer. No sublimation. No sublimation, nothing. No SVG, no PNG, no computer, no files. Just the sublimation pattern paper and this Pydlife Craft Hobby Mug Press. I am excited about this. You can be looking for a tutorial on how to sublimate a tumbler, a 20-ounce straight tumbler in this Pydlife Craft Hobby Mug Press. This was done as a fluke and I'm super excited about this. Oh my goodness. This is $89 with a 10% off coupon. It makes it even less than that. I don't even know why you're still here. You should already be clicking on the link below to grab yours because it heats up fast. It gives good even heat. You see, look at this. It is amazing. All right. So I did not go through like all of the materials that I use, but everything that I use will be linked below this video. Everything, the tape, the sublimation paper, the tumblers, the Craft Hobby Mug Press. This is a Cricut self-healing mat. I use my little finger knife. I also use my Cricut 3x18 ruler, in addition to this, I forgot the official name of this, but I will also link this below because it feels like you have an extra pair of hands. And I also use sublimation tape. If you have found this tutorial helpful, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to my channel, and turn on the bell for notifications because I do upload new content every single week. Thank you so much for joining me today, and thanks for watching. Bye.